Trade secrets and confidential information are interesting when it comes to monitoring, because as opposed to other types of intellectual property, your patents, your trademarks, and your copyrights, where you're looking at what other folks are doing publicly, maybe even folks that you've never had any involvement with. When it comes to trade secrets and confidential information, it gets a little bit more personal. So the folks that you're going to be monitoring are those that you know have had access to this information. Because if you're handling your trade secrets and confidential information correctly, you're being very careful on who is actually in possession of that information. So with respect to confidential information specifically, generally you've got NDAs or you've got agreements with confidentiality clauses, and you're going to be looking at whether or not the counterparties on those agreements are using that information within the scope of the agreement. And when they go outside of that scope, those are the things that you're looking for to make sure that there is an unauthorized use. And you're looking at a party by party or a person by person level. Similarly, with respect to trade secrets, which is just a higher level of confidential information, you're looking at folks that have had access to the trade secret information. So generally here, we're talking about current employees that are either using the trade secrets in a way that is not appropriate, sharing it outside the company, which would be really bad, or, and this is where we see it the most, is with former employees. So an employee leaves and they take data with them or they take information with them. Sometimes trade secrets are included in that. And generally an employment agreement will outline that that's not appropriate. In fact, in some cases illegal. And so that's the type of misappropriation that you're going to be looking for with respect to employees. Of course, you also have things that come from outside, say corporate espionage, where you have competitors breaking into your systems to try and get at your trade secret information. It's certainly a criminal act at that point. And the monitoring there is maybe more on the IT or security side. The importance of monitoring these things with respect to confidential information and trade secrets, as opposed to some of the other types of intellectual property too, is that once something gets out, essentially once the cat's out of the bag for something that was otherwise confidential, it's no longer confidential. It's no longer trade secret once it's been public. So while you can certainly go and try and get damages from your past employee or competitor or whoever let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, you're left with something that's kind of not fixable. You can't take something that ceases to be a trade secret and bring it back in. Once it's public, and it's not a trade secret anymore. So vigilance with respect to these things is really important. They're the kind that you really want to stay on top of.